In the ever-evolving world of Korean entertainment, there are forces so magnetic that time seems to pause whenever their names are mentioned together. Two such forces are Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo, arguably the most iconic names in the global K-drama wave. Separately, they are untouchable, adored across continents, and revered as symbols of excellence in storytelling. But together? Together, they would be a cultural earthquake, the kind of pairing that redefines an industry and sets a new gold standard for what it means to be a power couple. For years, fans have fantasized about the possibility of these two legends uniting, either on-screen in a blockbuster drama or even beyond the scripted world, as partners who embody the very essence of the Hallyu wave. The fascination goes deeper than just wishful thinking. It stems from the unmatched legacies they have both built and the undeniable magic that seems inevitable when one dares to imagine their worlds colliding. Lee Min-ho is not just a K-drama actor. He is a phenomenon. His rise to global stardom was meteoric after his unforgettable role in Boys Over Flowers in 2009. Tall, striking, and effortlessly charismatic, he became the archetype of the K-drama Prince Charming, the heartthrob who could make viewers across the globe swoon with a single glance. Over the years, he has proven himself as more than just a pretty face. With projects like City Hunter, The Heirs, Legend of the Blue Sea, and The King, Eternal Monarch, he has displayed versatility, intensity, and the kind of screen presence that very few actors can boast of. Lee Min-ho is not merely an actor who stars in dramas. He is the actor who makes dramas an event, the one who turns a series into a global obsession. Song Hye Kyo, on the other hand, has long been the very definition of elegance and artistry. She first captured hearts in the early 2000s with her role in Autumn in My Heart, a drama that remains one of the cornerstones of K-drama history. Since then, she has carved out a career defined not only by her beauty, but by her ability to embody characters with raw humanity and depth. From Full House to That Winter, The Wind Blows, from Descendants of the Sun to The Glory, her performances have always been layered, nuanced, and unforgettable. She carries a grace and maturity that elevate every story she touches. When Song Hye Kyo is in a drama, you're not just watching fiction. You are witnessing something that feels almost like lived truth. Now imagine the fusion of these two worlds, Lee Min-ho, the undeniable face of contemporary K-drama romance, and Song Hye Kyo, the timeless queen whose presence can transform a script into legend. Together, they would not only satisfy the fantasies of fans but also create a cultural moment so seismic that it would ripple across industries, from entertainment to fashion to global branding. Fans crave this collaboration not just because both are beautiful people who would look perfect on screen together, but because their legacies complement each other in a way that feels destined. Lee Min-ho embodies the youthful passion, the intensity, and the global appeal of modern K-dramas. Song Hye Kyo brings wisdom, grace, and an emotional weight that resonates with audiences of all ages. When combined, they would create a synergy that transcends on-screen romance. It would be the kind of chemistry that defines an era. It is easy to picture the internet melting down the day an official announcement of their pairing is made, trending hashtags across countries, teaser trailers breaking YouTube records, fans around the world losing sleep just to stream the first episode. The concept of a power couple goes beyond love stories. It is about influence, reach, and the ability to shape culture. Hollywood has had its fair share of iconic duos who captivated audiences not only on screen but also as public figures. But in the K-drama world, the idea of Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo as a pair would eclipse everything before it. With fanbases that span Asia, Europe, the Americas, and beyond, their combined star power would be unstoppable. Every scene, every photo shoot, every red carpet appearance would become a global event. They would not simply dominate the entertainment news cycle, they would own it. Imagining their first project together feels like peering into a dream. Would it be a sweeping romance that spans decades, a love story so timeless it becomes etched in the hearts of millions? Would it be a chaebol drama, where Lee Min-ho slips effortlessly back into the role of a wealthy heir while Song Hye Kyo embodies a powerful, self-made woman who matches him in strength and wit? Perhaps an action-packed thriller, where they play allies caught in a web of conspiracy, their chemistry simmering in every glance exchanged between missions? Or maybe the ultimate tearjerker melodrama, the kind that leaves audiences devastated yet deeply moved, tissues in hand as they watch two people fight against fate itself. Whatever the genre, one truth is certain. If they ever share a screen, the world will stop to watch. Beyond acting, the reasons they would be the ultimate power couple stretch into fashion, branding, and cultural influence. Both are fashion icons in their own right. Lee Min-ho has represented luxury brands like Louis Vuitton, Fendi, and Boss, while Song Hye Kyo has graced campaigns for Chaumet, Valentino, and Solwaso. Their sense of style, both timeless and trend-setting, already sets global trends. Together, they would redefine couple fashion. Picture them arriving hand-in-hand at a Dior show in Paris or fronting a Louis Vuitton campaign together. The impact would be nothing short of earth-shattering. Brands would line up for years to sign them as ambassadors, and their influence would extend far beyond the boundaries of South Korea. The global impact of such a collaboration would be historic. In an era where the Hallyu wave is dominating Netflix, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime, a Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo drama would be the crown jewel that every streaming platform fights to acquire. International audiences who have never even watched a K-drama would tune in simply out of curiosity for the pairing. It would serve as a perfect gateway for millions into the world of Korean storytelling, a cultural ambassador of sorts that showcases the very best Korea has to offer. Social media would explode with every move they make. A single selfie from set would break Instagram records. Behind-the-scenes clips would go viral on TikTok within hours. YouTube would overflow with fan edits, reaction videos, and endless speculation about their chemistry. In a world where digital presence amplifies fame like never before, Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo together would become not just stars, but living legends in real time. The timing for such a collaboration has never been more perfect. Both actors are at the peak of their careers, more seasoned and versatile than ever. Lee Min-ho, no longer just the fresh-faced chaebol prince, now exudes a maturity that adds depth to every role. Song Hye Kyo, with decades of experience and an unshakable presence, continues to deliver performances that resonate globally. The industry itself is also primed for such a monumental moment, with streaming platforms hungry for projects that can capture worldwide attention. If there was ever a time for these two titans to unite, it is now. The fantasy of Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo together refuses to fade because it represents something larger than just entertainment. It represents the dream of seeing two of Korea's greatest stars write a new chapter in K-drama history, one that fuses past glory with present dominance. Song Hye Kyo embodies the early waves of Hallyu that first carried Korean dramas across Asia, while Lee Min-ho symbolizes the global expansion that followed. Together, they would embody the entire journey of K-drama itself, a living symbol of its growth from local storytelling to global phenomenon. Until the day this dream becomes a reality, fans will continue to manifest it through endless online discussions, edits, and fan-made posters. The desire persists because it feels inevitable. Some collaborations are simply too powerful not to happen, too magnetic to resist. And the union of Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo is one of them. When legends meet, the world notices. Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo are not just actors. They are cultural landmarks, individuals who have defined and redefined what it means to be part of the Hallyu wave. Separately, they are extraordinary. Together, they would be unstoppable. Their pairing would not only break records, it would create history. It would not just tell a love story, it would become one. Because sometimes, the universe brings together forces so strong that they don't just share the screen, they change the world. And when that day comes, When Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo finally meet as the ultimate power couple, the world will never forget it. The conversation around Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo doesn't end with just imagining their pairing. It deepens, it expands, and it grows louder with every passing year. The dream of seeing these two titans side by side has become one of the longest-running fantasies in K-drama fandom, and what makes it truly fascinating is that it feels like destiny waiting to happen. Fans don't just speculate anymore. They manifest, they create edits, they design posters, and they pour their imaginations into what a Min-ho, Hye Kyo collaboration would look like. It's not just a possibility anymore. It's a demand. Every generation of K-drama viewers has its signature pairing, the couples that defined an era. Song Hye Kyo herself has been part of some of the most iconic duos in K-drama history, from her unforgettable chemistry with Song Seung-hyun in Autumn in My Heart, to her global phenomenon pairing with Song Joong-ki in Descendants of the Sun. Lee Min-ho, too, has created legendary romances with his co-stars. From his electric connection with Gu Hae-sun in Boys Over Flowers to his heart-fluttering dynamic with Park Shin-hye in The Heirs. But what fans crave now is a pairing that transcends time, a couple so powerful that they don't just define an era, they define the very essence of K-drama itself. The thought of them standing together instantly creates images of perfection, red carpets glittering with flashbulbs, drama teasers that stop the internet in its tracks, interviews filled with knowing glances, and behind-the-scenes laughter that fans would replay endlessly. The magic of this imagined pairing lies not only in their beauty and talent, but in the symbolism it carries. Song Hye Kyo represents the golden age of K-drama's beginnings, the era that set the stage for global recognition. Lee Min-ho represents the new wave, the modern ambassador who pushed K-drama into global streaming platforms and into the hearts of millions who had never watched Korean entertainment before. Together, they embody the full circle of Hallyu, the past, the present, and the unstoppable future. Think about the possibilities. A drama so carefully crafted, designed not just for local ratings, but for global domination. A story with breathtaking cinematography, a soundtrack that becomes legendary overnight, and dialogue that fans would memorize for years to come. Imagine the poster. A side profile of Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo against a sunset backdrop, their eyes filled with unspoken longing. One image alone could ignite worldwide anticipation. Streaming giants like Netflix or Disney Plus would bid astronomical amounts just to have the rights. It would not simply be a drama. It would be a global event, the kind of cultural milestone that defines a decade. But beyond the screen, the real magic lies in the ripple effect. When two of Korea's most beloved stars come together, they don't just act in a drama. They influence fashion, beauty, tourism, and culture. Fans would travel to filming locations, turning them into instant landmarks. Outfits worn by the leads would sell out in minutes, creating new fashion waves across continents. Skincare and luxury brands would fight for sponsorship rights, knowing that a single appearance by this power couple could translate into millions of dollars in sales. Every photo shoot would be front-page news, every award show appearance a global trending topic. And then comes the most important piece of all, the fans. Lee Min-ho's fanbase is one of the largest in the K-drama world, stretching across Asia, the Middle East, Europe, and the Americas. Song Hye Kyo's admirers, meanwhile, have been fiercely loyal for more than 2 decades, growing alongside her as she evolved from ingenue to queen of drama. When these two fandoms merge, the result would be unstoppable. Entire online communities would unite, creating fan projects, charity drives, and social media campaigns that would echo across the globe. Their impact would move beyond entertainment into something much larger, a shared cultural experience binding millions together. And what's perhaps most exciting is that the dream feels closer now than ever. Both actors are in the prime of their careers, delivering some of their strongest performances yet. Both have matured, not just in acting but in their public personas, carrying themselves with a grace and confidence that only years in the spotlight can bring. The stage is set. The world is waiting. All that's left is the announcement that could change everything. Until then, the fantasy of Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo together remains one of the most powerful forces in the K-drama fandom. It is a dream that refuses to fade, no matter how many years pass. Because when you bring together two legends of this magnitude, the result isn't just a love story, it's history. And history, when written by legends, lasts forever. And now, dear fans, the conversation is yours to carry forward. Do you believe Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo will one day grace our screens as the ultimate power couple? Would you want to see them in a timeless romance, a suspense thriller, or maybe a chaebol fantasy that blends glamour and heart? Whatever your dream scenario is, share it, manifest it, and keep the fire alive, because sometimes the things fans dream of most are the very things that become reality. If you're just as passionate about this legendary pairing as we are, then you cannot afford to miss out on what comes next. At K-Drama Spark, we live for these conversations. We dive deep into the stories, the dreams, the behind-the-scenes details, and the legends who make K-drama the magical world it is today. From exclusive breakdowns of iconic dramas to Dreamcast discussions like this one, K-Drama Spark is your ultimate destination to stay connected, inspired, and entertained. So here's your call to action. Subscribe to K-Drama Spark right now, hit that notification bell, and join our growing family of passionate fans from around the world. Let's keep the dream alive together. Let's celebrate the stars who've captured our hearts, and let's prepare for the day when the announcement finally drops, when Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo unite, and history is made before our very eyes. Because sometimes, dreams don't stay dreams forever. Sometimes, they become reality. And when that reality is Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo standing together as the ultimate power couple, you'll want to be right here with us at K-Drama Spark, celebrating every moment.